Hey guys, this is Mitch with the Department of Bad Ideas, and we hit 25,000 views. Actually, we hit 25,000 views a week or two ago. I'm a little late on this one, but we also crossed the 200 subscriber threshold, which is really cool. So I figured, I haven't put up a video log in about a week or two here. I've been too busy with my courses. Did get some other stuff up though. Check it out. But I figured, you know what? Since I've started this channel, there's a lot that I've learned about doing this kind of stuff, just video editing in general, sound, all that kind of stuff. So I figure I might as well share with you guys just what I've learned since I've started doing this. So, first things first, I've done voice acting a lot in the past, but not as frequently as I'm doing on this channel. So, one of the number one things I learned, keep a crap load of this stuff around. You will need more water than you can imagine. I go through about 7 bottles of water a day, which they recommend you go through like 5, I think. I can't remember what it is, but when you're doing voice acting, I have to sip on this between every line I do. And you got to consider, if I'm doing Scorch especially, I have to revoice each line usually 2 or 3 times before I get it just right how I like it. So, which I'm getting very familiar with right now because I happen to be recording an episode with Scorch in it. And I had to rewrite the script partway through because I changed my mind in the script because it was things that will change characters on the channel forever. Or more or less just establishing things with the characters that I had not established in the past. So, other things that I've learned from running this channel. I've taken, for example, I've taken a few speech courses in the past at the college that I go to. I go to SUNY Adirondack, previously Adirondack Community College. Name didn't sound that fancy. I guess they had to update it. But I've taken a lot of speech and diction classes over there just to get me to speak better. That stuff's mostly for my college degree, which I was doing broadcasting at the time. I am still in broadcasting, but I'm in for sound design now. Similar degree, same idea. But I've learned that a lot of the stuff they teach in there really does apply to this kind of work. And ultimately, there is no real substitute for actually doing it. And this channel is a good example of that. If you go back and look at, oh God, I can't believe this is actually one of my most popular videos, but on Arsenal, I did a Dark Trinity build, which I will update soon enough, by the way, because that build is way more powerful nowadays. But if you listen to just how derpy and just unprofessional, unrefined I sound in that video, and how I just don't have that much energy behind what I'm saying, and I really sound like I'm winging it, which I partially was, but I am with most of my videos, so yeah, apparently I've got a little bit of a knack for spot reading and improvising when it comes to doing this kind of stuff. Like, this video is entirely off the cuff, just about. Very little of this is scripted. So, bulk of what I do is improvise and made up on the spot, but that older video, I think of what I did was I tried to do like a one cut kind of thing. And then I chopped up my audio to make it work, and it was a stupid idea. But if you listen to that, how just not good I sounded, and compare that to, say, my more recent videos, like hop into, say, my Mirage Arsenal video, or one of my more popular videos involving, or actually, no, better yet, look at my video logs. How much more confident do I sound in my video logs than I did back then? Like, it just sounds a lot better. So, I mean, that's one thing I've definitely learned, as just to project my voice better and not be as quiet and get out of that monotone habits I used to have. Because I know if I start talking and I get onto a subject, I'll start doing this thing a little bit, and I'll be talking like this, and which is okay if I only do it for a few moments, but if I stick to it for too long, it gets kind of boring. And as you can tell from how I'm talking, just from that there, it gets boring listening to that. You gotta have that pitch variety in your voice. Keeps things interesting. So that's something I've definitely learned from running this channel. So, other things I've learned from this channel. Cheap equipment will get you cheap results. Buying nice equipment will get you nice results. So, yeah, when I started this channel up, I was kind of just working with whatever I could find for equipment. So, yeah, that interface down there actually used to belong to my sister. She's a vocalist. She does a lot of singing. She plays out a bit. She's getting her music degree right now. And she used to use that to sing into her laptop. Unfortunately, she got this thing for, I think, like 40 or 50 bucks, included, actually, this microphone I use here, which is actually a good microphone, oddly enough. But it included a microphone, the interface to plug it into the computer, a USB cable, and some other derpy thing, probably a mic stand or something. And it was a really budget setup. And it really, if you look at my earlier videos, it really shows. So upon getting this newer setup, this is considerably nicer. But yeah, my old habits were that of getting cheap equipment. Like, for example, I bought this for $32. Granted, this is actually pretty good, so this is a bad example. Basic pad controller. But I've learned that if you want to do anything of a respectable quality, to sound professional, to look nice, you've got to put a couple bucks in. You can't just get away with cheapness. Like, since I've started the channel, I have actually upgraded. Sorry, I have a slide-out drawer here where my stuff is in. Camera, focus. 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 Things I've learned about my camera is that sometimes it does not agree with focusing. And there we go. It does not agree with focusing. And this is my upgraded expensive camera, might I add. This isn't my cheap one that I was using before. So, $60 camera. But speaking of equipment that I've upgraded, my keyboard here, this is actually a Novation Launch Key 61 key. I started with a keyboard that is not worth digging up. I started with a Korg Micro Key 31 key. Or, not 31. It was a two or three octave keyboard. It was a little small thing. It was like a gig kind of keyboard, but the keys weren't weighted and all that. Kind of unrelated to the channel, but it's just among the equipment that I have upgraded. So it's kind of another thing I've learned from running this channel for as long as I have. Other things I've learned from the channel: the S key is your best friend when you're editing video. The split command. When I started doing this channel, my video editing was from old videos I had done long in the past from both college and from my own personal projects. And this has kind of taught me that you really need to sit down and learn your hotkeys for whatever software you're using, because some of them are incredible time savers. If I was still right-click and splitting everything, I don't even want to think about how long my videos would take. For example, when I'm doing your standard Arsenal episode, those will take me between 4 and 6 hours to put together altogether if I've already scripted it out. Now, before I was using hotkeys and stuff like that, you could tack an extra 2 hours after that just from the amount of time I spend right-clicking and navigating menus and all that. It's a huge time saver knowing your hotkeys. So, things I've learned. And, that's pretty much the most I got there. I mean, it's, I've been having a lot of fun doing this. I'm glad to see that, people are actually enjoying the channel, enjoying what I'm doing, and sticking around. And, I'm seeing more and more repeat viewers coming back, and I like it. This is a lot of fun to do. I may not be making any money off of this. In fact, I've only made about $30 off of this, which 60% of that goes to Google. So I've only really made like $12 or $13. So it's not like I'm really getting a job out of this. So I've kind of accepted that at this point. That my channel's not very big. It's probably never going to be that big, but this is too much fun. So yep, so that's what I've learned since beginning this channel. And with that, I've been here way too damn long. This is Mitch, signing off.